Hello, we are going to review a converted data plan today. I'm going to show you two different screens because to respect confidentiality of our students at the South Carolina Public Charter School District, I'm using a student from the Enrich, South Carolina sandbox. First and foremost, I want you to know what the screen will look like when you do have a converted data plan, because in our current sandbox we only have students who are with us, and therefore I'm not going to be showing those to you today. And I want to show you, one, what it's going to look like, and then two, if you had to manually enter a converted data plan, how you would do that. So first, let's just search for a student that has a converted data plan. That's reflected here in the picture. You'll see that there is a converted data plan chevron, also indicating when the reeval will be due. When information comes over from a converted data plan, you're going to see that it's just going to have service 1, service 2, or it may be able to define one area and not define another. This is due to just different reporting data entry, and so you'll need to go in and edit this. In order to edit a converted data plan, you will click View Details. Once you click View Details, you will be in a converted data plan. Depending on your rights, you may do an administrative edit or an amend. For purposes of this training, they will do the exact same thing, but I'm going to use administrative edit. Please understand when you're working through this process that the child's IEP is the IEP. How do I know this? This is your navigation pane. This is your input screen. On this side, you will see an attachment of a PDF of the previous school year's IEP. Your job at this point is just to put in the information, convert the data, and put the information in so that it is accurate, so that you can do appropriate reporting or service log management from Enrich. In the Dates section, you will double check to ensure that all the dates are correct. One of the items that you will have to correct, and it will not allow you to move forward, is the next evaluation date. It should be the day prior to the 3 years. Please make sure that all of your staff indicate that on the evaluation due date. You will check the enrollment and make sure that the home district, service district, school, and homeschool are accurate. You will want to double check that the disabilities identified are appropriate and when that was determined. You may need to move these if they have come over in the wrong order. All you need to do is use your arrow keys to make that adjustment. If one of them should not be there, you can delete it. Under Goals, you'll find that you'll need to indicate how often you'll be reporting them, and then ensure that the area of need is accurate. And for this particular student, you would have to identify if it was a transition or instructional goal, or both. You will notice that in here, although it is just in Latin, it's just one of those things you want to make sure you can read and understand the goal. For our purposes on converted data plans, we will not be collecting progress monitoring data, and so this box should be unchecked. If it is checked, you need to uncheck it. Under Goal 2, if it comes over as not defined, you need to encourage all of your staff to correct this, because when progress reports go home, you don't want them to get reporting on a not defined item. Have them choose the appropriate area of need and continue. Once your staff has made all of these changes, they'll be able to go through and ensure that everything is accurate. I'm almost done with all the goals on this particular child. You'll see that the service right here is null because we didn't actually do that in that fashion before in Accent Online. You'll want to make sure that the role is identified and how often it's occurring. You'll need to do the same thing here. Ensure that all those make sense. Make sure the placement option is accurate. Ensure that ESY and consent has been completed, and then hit Save. Once that's been completed, you'll go to the top section, click on your Programs tab again to resurface yourself to the student, and you'll see now that we have reading, written expression, vision, reading goals all here. So if we need to enter our information for a progress report, it will make sense. Now let's move into the South Carolina Public Charter School District Sandbox. And manually enter a converted data plan. You would go to Programs. You would start a program. Choose a converted data plan. At this point, this is where you are going to take information such as the start date, the date the child enrolled. The planned end date should reflect what the IEP says in a converted data plan. So if you had some IEPs that were in Accent that were not finalized and they are now complete, this is where you will enter the information and you will upload the attachment of that IEP. You will go through the sections as we did in the previous one and complete the converted data plan. Once this has been completed, you'll have a converted data plan to use to report on progress reporting and any services. Thank you.